welcome back to the channel. This is Never Told to Rock. I'm your host Jim. You can call me Jim. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're already a subscriber, you're fucking awesome. If you've just clicked onto the channel by mistake and you don't know what it's all about, I'll tell you, because you've been lazy to not read the description, so I've got to do it. So it's reactions to rock and roll, rock, metal, anything in between, and 80s music. I say only 80s music because not all of the 80s was bad. There was actually some good stuff in the 80s, and I enjoyed listening to it. Still do. Brings back some fond memories for me. Don't have many of them left, so allow me to sort of indulge that anyway. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone is tickety boo. Why did I say that? I don't know. Yeah. All I can say is the country's fucked. Some people might say that's a good thing. I am missing the old days, because the longer this goes, you know, people are going to forget how to live, you know, especially in this fucking country. You know, you get fined if you're not wearing a fucking mask. Yeah. Oh, do not come to this fucking country. Believe me, it's a fucking mess. But let's forget all about that, because that's all the media seems to go on about, and I don't want to talk about that anymore. It's, you know, it's whatever. Yes, on to today's video. I think that's a good idea, don't you? It's a request from 49djanek, and it's Accept, the Undertaker. Not heard this, so I don't know what it's going to be like, but I do like Accept. I do, you know. Hopefully this is going to be a belter, because most of their stuff are, you know. Looking forward to this. Let's just do this. Come on.
in black to hide in shadows between the cracks. He's no remorse, just sympathy for all to see, or so it seems. His work is never done. Clients many, friends not one. But in the end we understand. The Undertaker is a busy man. The Undertaker knows no shame. To him we're all fair game. Rich or poor, large or small, the Undertaker takes them all. Undertaker, bring out your dead. He is the Undertaker. Undertaker.
Right, okay. Quite a few years ago I used to work up at a hospital, and part of that job was collecting bodies to take them to the mortuary. Go up to the ward, collect the body, put it in the box, wait for the transport to arrive to take us across the hospital to the mortuary. Now I was 20 when I was working there, so we're well over 20 years ago now. I mean, I had this boss. His name was. I'm not going to give out his name because he's probably dead now, and because he wasn't a well man. Let's just put it that way. But um, he had this thing about opening up the fridges and looking at all the bodies. I thought it was sick, you know. Because in the, I'm not going to tell you what he did, because that's disrespectful to those that were in there. But let's just say I refused to work with him because I just thought it was sick. Every time the body would come up, so I'm not doing that with him. He's a sick fucker, and he thought it was just fun. You know, he thought it was funny. It's not funny. Um, I like to think that I've got a few morals. You know, there's lines that I do not cross. Um, but that video reminded me of that time. Um, yeah. Let's just say not all of the bodies was in good shape, but it didn't stop him. I know that he got fired, and mainly due to health reasons, but I think it was probably a bit more serious than that. I think someone reported him because they felt disgusted as I did. But for some reason, this video reminded me of that. He was one sick puppy, he really was. But I had only just started working there, so I didn't want to start trouble. I just refused to work with him. All the other porters and whatever, they were fine. They had respect for what was happening. There's one, and he was a boss. He was part of the night shift, which I was unfortunately part of. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't all bad. It was only when I had to go and do a job with him that, you know, it wasn't. And I'd say to it, what the fuck are you doing? You know, why are you doing this? Oh, lighten up, it's a laugh. No, it's not. It's disrespectful. And that video just, for some reason, when he picked her up out of the coffin, reminded me of it. Mm. The song was fucking awesome. I love the song. I love the Alice Cooper sort of face paint. But for some reason, it just reminded me of that time. Um, yeah. My advice to anyone that's sort of had relatives die in hospital, make sure that they're treated with respect. Because back in '94, some people didn't have respect. They did it for a laugh. I think that's sick. You know, I don't think it was funny. I don't think. I mean, I'd hate to think what he did back before I was working there. It doesn't. No, I don't even want to think about it. Make sure that they're treated with respect. But like I said, the song is fantastic. I love the song. Well, it's Accept, isn't it? You know, they always bear out a great track. But for some reason, that just reminded me of, yeah. Mm. Especially in this climate of fucking disease and COVID and whatever. There's no respect in the world anymore. There isn't. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there because I'm about to throw up in my mouth. Just remembering that time. Uh, but I love the video. I love the song. Fantastic, nice one. 94djanek. Like I said, it's Accept. You know, I've been listening to Accept for a lot of years. I always love the stuff they do. It's fantastic. But that just reminded me of a time. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm gonna be, you know. But hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Yeah. You have to have a strong stomach to do that job, and I'd completely forgotten all about it. And then I saw that, and I thought, oh, that's. It just came flooding back to me. It's funny because for some reason I had to work with a few sick fuckers in my time, and one of them is now serving life in prison, and he was a nurse, a male nurse, and he used to work in A&E, and this made the news big time over here. But I used to have to see this person every day, and no one knew. He was drugging female patients, and he was raping them, and he murdered a female nurse, student nurse, and eventually he got caught. because the woman that he drugged sort of came